Well, hello and welcome to what will probably be a shorter video, okay, due to the size of his career, but welcome to the video on Billy Plimmer, okay, a former bantamweight champion. And like I've always said, one of the things I love doing is highlighting all fighters, you know, whether they be journeymen, contenders, champions, Hall of Famers, who are not well known. So this is Billy Plimmer, former bantamweight champion. Let us go to his main opponents. Now obviously he's not going to have an enormous list with his just 30 plus career size, okay, but Billy Plimmer fought and beat Tommy Spider Kelly in a singular fight. He also fought and defeated the great George Dixon also in a singular fight before twice fighting Peddler Palmer, okay, fantastic little fighter down at bantamweight. Peddler Palmer beat Billy Plimmer on both occasions. Next up is George Caulfield, an experienced contender of the time. Good morning, Matty, good to see you, buddy. Billy Plimmer won 2 and drew 1 from the trilogy, and he twice fought and lost to Harry Ware. So like I said, not a massive list, but he only has just over 30 fights in total, okay, so there's 9 major fights highlighted there. That includes 4 wins, 4 losses and 1 draw. So on to Billy Plimmer's stats. He actually scored 11 knockouts in his career, scoring 3 knockouts in 3 rounds or less and 0 knockouts in the first round. He scored 1 KO against a champion, but scored 0 KOs against Hall of Famers, pounders, and KOs against rated fighters is also 0 due to the pre-rating era status that he holds. Now, Billy Plimmer fought a total of 328 rounds, which is still quite a lot of rounds for a career, just over 30 fights, compared to many fighters now. That is some elite world champions rounds boxed after a long career of 15 years. But anyway, he fought 328 rounds, okay, he fought 56 title fight rounds amongst that. He also fought 45 rounds against champions, and Billy Plimmer fought 4 rounds against Hall of Famers and 4 rounds against pounders. Now, in terms of rounds against top 10 rated fighters, top 3 fighters and ring champions, obviously, being pre-rating era, they are 0. So on to his slide against champions. Okay, Billy Plimmer had 4 fights against champions, scoring 2 wins, 2 losses and no draws. The 2 champions he defeated individually were Tommy Spider Kelly and George Dixon. Of course, the 2 defeats were to Peddler Palmer, and he did score a knockout over one of those champions individually, that is Tommy Kelly. So on to the slide against Hall of Famers. Billy Plimmer only had 1 fight against a Hall of Famer, okay, so he won that, so his record is 1 win, no loss, no draw. Thus he defeated that one individual Hall of Famer. That Hall of Famer is the great George Dixon, but he did not knock him out or stop him, so he has knocked out 0 Hall of Famers individually. And when we go on to the slide against pounders, similar story as the Hall of Famers. 1 fight, 1 win. Okay, the individual pounder Billy Plimmer beat was George Dixon, and of course, as we learned from Hall of Fame slide, he didn't stop him, so he has knocked out 0 pound rated fighters individually. So on to our next slide, okay, rated opponents. Now Billy Plimmer, pre-rating era fighter, so he's 0s against top 10s, top 3 fighters and ring champions, and thus also has defeated no individual rated fighters and scored knockouts over 0 individual rated fighters. So on we go to the title fight slide now. Billy Plimmer did have title fights, okay, he had 5 title fights in total, with a record of 3 wins, 2 losses, no draws. Billy Plimmer made 2 title defences, and he also scored 2 title fight KOs. So again, just to reiterate, pre-rating era, so he has no wins against top 10 fighters, top 3 fighters or ring champions in a title fight. He has scored 1 win against champion in a title fight, but scored 0 wins against Hall of Famers and pound for pounders in title fights. So on to the final slide. I did say it'd be a shorter video. The next one's going to be way longer. But meanwhile for this one, okay, Billy Plimmer captured the world bantamweight title. He was also lineal bantamweight champion and undisputed bantamweight champion of the world. So Billy Plimmer, okay, doesn't have the greatest resume of all time. Was a world champion and a lineal champion. Everything else, just a small career, okay, and without the depth there, to me, can't rate very highly all time in terms of my top 1,000, but still a fighter who was a legitimate world champion, won and defended a world title and fought some good names, albeit a smaller amount, winning some of them. So really we have to give him that credit, really. He was a good fighter, just didn't have the greatest or biggest resume compared to many fighters from his era. So there's Billy Plimmer. Okay, Billy Plimmer will join my bantamweight playlist. Like I said, the next video is going to be a much bigger one. I have 3 fighters it's between. I don't know which one I'm going to do, but I will choose one of them to come tomorrow, and that's going to be, like I said, more in-depth with multiple slides against opponents. But there's Billy Plimmer, so I'll score him into my current top 1,000, not my new one. He's already scored in that. I'll score him into my current top 1,000 now, and further videos coming over the weekend and tomorrow. I'm the boxing librarian. Big shout out to mine. I've been dropping the ball on the emails a bit, so I'm going to speed that up now a bit and get that done as well. So watch this space, for that, buddy. So I'm the boxing librarian. I'm out for now.